Welcome back to Math Zen, everyone. Today's video is going to serve as a quick refresher for all you parents who want your soon-to-be 5th grade students set up for a successful year. I am going to share the 3 most important skills your child needs to have mastered in order to set themselves up for success. Let's get into number 1.
All right, the single most important thing incoming 5th graders need to have mastered before day 1 of 5th grade is having a strong foundation of your basic multiplication and related division facts. Think of your ability to quickly and automatically read words like the, at, is, or, are. You need to be just as fluent with your basic math facts. Now, I want you to answer these 5 questions in 15 seconds. That's 3 seconds per problem. Go. Alrighty, 15 seconds is up. Let's see how you did. For 8 times 3, you should have gotten 24. For 9 times 4, you should have gotten 36. For 7 times 6, you should have gotten 42. For 36 divided by 9, you should have gotten 4. And for 42 divided by 6, you should have gotten 7. Now, if you got any of those wrong, don't worry. It doesn't mean you're going to fail math. It just means you need a little bit of practice with those basic facts. And truthfully, as boring as it sounds, the best way to practice those facts is to just get a Dollar General deck of flashcards. Go through the deck. The pile that you know automatically goes to one side, and the pile that you had to think about the product or the quotient go on another side. Literally, just study the pile that you had to think about a little or you didn't know. The pile that you already knew, those are automatic. You can put them to the side and don't touch them anymore.
Trust me, you'll thank me later if you push your child to memorize those facts. The next important skill your child should have mastered is multiplying and dividing multi-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. Let's take a look at some examples.
Here I will be demonstrating how to solve the following problems using the standard algorithm. Go ahead and pause now for about 30 seconds to give yourself a chance to solve these.
Let me try to figure this out.
Alright, now that you've had a chance to solve these on your own, let's see how you did. So for the first one, we would take 5 times 4, which would give us 20. You carry the 2 and record the 0. Then you would go 4 times 6 to get 24, plus the 2 you carried to give 26. Carry the 2, record the 6. Next is 4 times 3, which is 12, plus the 2 is 14. Carry the 1, record the 4. Then finally we have 4 times 2, which is 8, plus the 1 you carried, which is 9. So your final answer there is 9,460. Now, for the division, you have to ask yourself, how many 7s can I pull out of 8? The answer is 1, so we record a 1. Then we do 7 times 1, which equals 7. We subtract that from 8, which leaves 1. We bring down the 4 to leave us with 14. Then we repeat that process again. How many 7s can I get out of 14? The answer is 2, so we record a 2. Then we do 7 times 2 to get 14. We do our subtraction. We're left with 0. And we bring down the next digit and we repeat the process again. How many 7s can we take out of 7? The answer is 1. So your final quotient here is 121. Now, I want to remind you that if you had trouble with either of these 2 methods, you need to go check my playlists where I have more in-depth detail videos that explain how to do these 2 operations more efficiently.
Now to the final skill your incoming 5th grade child should have. It deals with understanding place value. Not as simple as knowing your ones, tens, or hundreds, it goes much deeper than that. Let's take a look.
Alright, the final skill or concept that your incoming 5th grade student should have on relative lockdown is a deep understanding of place values and their relationship to other place values. For example, in 5th grade, if a problem asks you to compare this 7 right here, which is in the ones place, to this 7 right here, students need to know that the place value that's directly to the left of whatever place value you're starting at is automatically 10 times greater than the previous place value. So we would say that tens are 10 times more than ones. We would say that hundreds are 10 times more than tens. And then the flip side of that goes to the decimal side, or goes over to the right. We would say that if I were comparing the ones to the tenths, this 7/10 is 1/10 of the ones place, which is a 7. And then we could continue on that. We would say that 7/100 is 1/10 of 7/10. Now, I know that was a pretty quick flyby of how understanding place value in 5th grade works. So if you want a more in-depth video explaining this much better than I just did, I suggest you go into my playlist and watch that video.
Nice job today. You've now given yourself a little heads up of what will be expected of you when you step into your 5th grade math class. Remember, if you'd like more in-depth videos explaining these 3 skills in depth, they can be found in my video library. As always, don't forget to find your Math Zen.